Hello everyone and welcome back to English with Malik. Okay, as I promised that I would be making a couple of video lessons on clauses as well. So here we are today. We have already studied about phrases like adjective phrases, which is like how adjectives are changed into adjective phrases, how adverbs are changed into adverb phrases, and how nouns are changed into noun phrases. Well, the next step is changing phrases into clauses or seeing what are the clauses. Like today we have adjective clauses. Okay. Well, what is a clause? First, we need to see this. Clause is a group of words, any group of words with a subject plus predicate. Okay. So for a clause, we need to have a subject and a predicate. And how do we formulate adjective clauses? We'll see today. Our first sentence is the umbrella with the broken handle is mine. Okay, so what is the phrase here? The phrase is with a broken handle. The umbrella with a broken handle. That is our adjective phrase. And how do we change this phrase into clause? Well, we say the umbrella which has a broken handle. Now, in the phrase, there is no subject, no predicate. It's just with a broken handle. But when we are changing it into a clause, we have which is working as a subject here, plus we have the predicate. That's the predicate. Okay. Which is a pronoun. It is used at the place of the umbrella or it, we say. Okay. So when we have a sentence like the umbrella with a broken handle is mine, with a broken handle, phrase is changed into with which has a broken handle is mine. The next is he told us the time of his arrival. Okay. The phrase is of his arrival. That's the phrase, which is an adjective phrase. And how do we change? We say he told us when he will arrive. Okay. We are using adverb clause here, so adjective clause, sorry, here with when plus subject and verb. Another is I have a box filled with almonds. Okay. What is the adjective phrase? The phrase is filled with almonds, which is modifying the box, which is a noun. And how do we change into clause? We say I have a box which is filled with almonds. Okay. That is how we change adjective into adjective clause. The next is a city on a hill cannot be hid. Okay. So a city on a hill, that is our adjective phrase. So we say a city which is on a hill, which is on a hill, cannot be hid. And the final one is a man of industrious habits. Of industrious habits, that is an adjective phrase. So we say that a man who has industrious habits is sure to succeed. There is one more thing that you need to remember, that when we talk about things or animals, we use which. Okay, we use which for, we say, things and animals. Okay, but when we talk about people, we use who, like we have used here. So who is for people. Okay, when we change an adjective phrase into an adjective clause, we need to see that if we are talking about a thing or an animal, we'll use which, but if you are talking about people, we will use who. Sometimes we also use that, which is a common use for both of them. For instance, we can say the umbrella that has a broken handle is mine. He told us, sorry, not when will not change. I have a box which I have a box that, okay, or a man who, or a man that. But that is a variation. It is better to use which and who so that things are clear. Okay, so far we have seen that all the adjective phrases can be changed into adjective clauses, like with a broken handle, which has a broken handle, of his arrival, when he will arrive, filled with almonds, which is filled with almonds, on a hill, which is on a hill, and of industrious habits, who has industrious habits. Well, let's see a few more examples of how adjective clauses are formulated. We have a sentence like the boy who sits near me. Okay, the boy who sits near me is my cousin. That's an example of adjective clause. Another is people who eat too much. Who eat too much die early. Okay, this is the place our forefathers landed. So we say this is the place where our forefathers landed. Why we have not put where here? Because sometimes we can also omit this pronoun, which is who, which, or that. Okay. The explanation which he gave was not satisfactory. Which he gave was not satisfactory. Do you know the woman who is wearing a red dress? Who is wearing a red dress? Now, you might have noticed one thing, that adjective clauses are actually a kind of sentences which are made up of two clauses. Okay, that's something that we need to see here. We have the sentence which is like the boy is my cousin. Okay, so this part, the boy is my cousin, this is one part of a sentence that we have. Who sits near me, that is another part. Therefore, we say that all the adjective clauses are also complex sentences. Okay. What are complex sentences? You know, complex sentences are the sentences which are made up of at least two clauses, in which one is called independent clause, the other is called dependent clause. So, in this case, this is the independent clause. The boy is my cousin, that is an independent clause. And who sits near me? This is the dependent clause. Okay, so one independent clause, one dependent clause make up complex sentences, and adjective clause is an example of a complex sentence. So in all of these sentences, we can see like people die early, that is an independent clause. Who eat too much, that is a dependent clause. This is the place where our forefathers landed. So this is the place, independent clause. Where our forefathers landed, dependent clause. Independent and dependent clause. The explanation uh, was not satisfactory. Sorry, the explanation was not satisfactory. That is an independent clause, which he gave in dependent clause. Do you know the woman who is wearing a red sari? Do you know the woman? That's a independent clause. Who is wearing a red sari or red dress is a dependent clause. So just to make it a bit more, explanatory, I have defined that adjective clauses are actually made up of two clauses. One is independent clause, the other is dependent clause. Okay, and we see that both of these clauses are used in such a way that they carry a certain meaning, which we want to explain. Well, let's do some exercise. Uh, I have a few sentences which need adjective clauses. So let's see how we can complete them. For example, the first is he is the man. Okay, I'll give you some time to think and then we'll see what options can come. So here we go. He's the man. Let's think what can come. He is the man. He is the man who won the gold medal. Okay, he is the man who won the gold medal. He is the man who owns a shop. He is the man who I was looking for. He is the man who we can talk to. He is the man who is the CEO of that company. Okay. The next is the house is 100 years old. So what can come into this? Let's think. The house, the house, the house, the house. We can say the house which I live in. The house which I live in is 100 years old. The house which is on the hill is 100 years old. The house which my grandfather bought is 100 years old. The house which is very deteriorating, which is in a bad condition, is 100 years old. Where's the book? Where's the book? So let's think about what could come. Where's the book? Where's the book which I gave you? Where's the book which I gave you? Where's the book which has some explanation of adjective clauses? Where's the book which has pictures in it? Where's the book which is 100 years old? Then the boy dash gained the prize. Let's think what adjective clause can come here. The boy, the boy, the boy, the boy who is in blue shirt. The boy who is in blue shirt gained the prize. The boy who scored 200 gained the prize. The boy who gave all the correct answers gained the prize. The boy who worked really hard gained the prize. And the last is I found the keys. Okay, so let's think what can come. I found the keys. I found the keys. I found the keys. Oh, yes, I found the keys which you were looking for. I found the keys which you were looking for. I found the keys which open the lock. I found the keys which we need to open this vault. I found the keys which were lost last week. Okay. So this is how we can put adjective clause into sentences like these. He's the man who won the gold medal, who owned the shop, the house which I live in, which is on the hill. Where's the book which I gave you? The boy who is in blue shirt, or I found the keys which you were looking for, or which open the lock. Okay. Okay, let's do one more exercise. I have a sentence with a phrase in it like he met a girl with blue eyes. How will we change this adjective phrase into adjective clause? Like he met a girl. I'll give you a time to think and then we'll see what options can come. Okay, so let's see what will come to your mind when we say he met a girl. Think he met a girl. How will we change? He met a girl who had blue eyes. He met a girl who had blue eyes. The next is we all admire a man of bravery. How will we change this adjective phrase into an adjective clause? We all admire a man. We all admire a man. We all admire a man who has bravery, okay, or who is brave. There can be two possibilities. We all admire a man who has bravery or who is brave. Then the people in the gallery could not hear. How will we turn this adjective phrase into adjective clause? Let's think. The people, the people, the people, the people who were in the gallery could not hear. And that will be the same. The people who were in the gallery could not hear. You can have anything of your liking, okay? Anything of your liking. Of your liking. How will we change? You can have what adjective clause will come? You can have whatever you like. You can have whatever you like. And the last is, he tells a tale with no truth in it. With no truth in it. So he tells a tale. He tells a tale. Let's think. He tells a tale which has no truth in it. Which has no truth in it. Okay. So we say he tells a tale with no truth in it. He tells a tale which has no truth in it. So just remember that phrase will be turned into clause which has like who or which, and then we have a verb, like I told you, a subject and a predicate is necessary. So with blue eyes, who had blue eyes, of bravery, who has bravery or who is brave, in the gallery, who were in the gallery, of your liking, whatever you like, and with no truth in it, which has no truth in it. Okay, finally, we can see that adjective clauses are basically the clauses which can be made from adjective phrases. Here is one more example. The last example, Mary had a little lamb with white fleece. With white fleece is an adjective phrase. So we say Mary had a little lamb whose fleece was white. Okay. So we change adjective phrases into adjective clauses, and clauses are actually the part of a sentence which have a subject and a predicate. And like I told you, that adjective clauses are actually complex sentences, because in adjective clauses we have one independent clause and one dependent clause, like whose fleece was white. Okay, so we are here at the end of it. I hope you have learned something of value today, and I hope adjective clauses are clear into your mind. But if still you have some doubts, you want some more clarity, please write to me in the comments. Do these exercises as well that we have done. I'll get back to you with another video where we will study adverb clauses. So until then, bye.